Hi my friends, how are you doing today? If you want to know how I made this bread, I like the smell of very fresh from the oven bread. Oh, it's still very hot. I'm going to leave it on the rack here to cool. If you want to know how I made it, super easy, then you keep watching, okay? Then after we now put it inside the bowl, I covered it and kept it for like an hour. And the reason is that we want it to proof, and you're going to see the result. See, it's doubled in size. That way we know we're coming close to getting a very yummy, fluffy bread. So you punch it in to make sure the air bubbles leaves. And then here I am mixing it with my hands. Here I'm kneading it. First of all, I just put some dry flour on my work surface. Then I knead it to make sure the air bubbles are all out. So that's what I'm doing here. So you knead. Then I flattened it, and now I'm rolling it to fit into my already greased baking pan. My baking pan, I grease it with butter. You can grease it with ordinary oil. So that's it. So I'll set it aside, and I did the same thing with the second pan. Covered it for about 30 minutes to proof, and here it is. It rolls again. So the next thing I'm gonna do now, I started giving it an egg wash. And you may ask, why the egg wash? The egg wash gives it that brilliant, yummy look after baking. You know, it comes out really shiny. I'm gonna show you guys at the end of the day. So that's the reason for the egg wash. So I did that for the first pan, and I repeated the same process on the second pan. Like, we are making 2 loaves of bread, okay? And it was just 1 egg. I didn't even finish. The 1 egg was not exhausted, so you can save it for another baking. For me, I saved it, and I did another set of, baking again, another couple of bread that I used the remaining egg to wash. So after 35 minutes of baking, here is our result. Ta-da! This is pure Agege bread. If you have lived in Lagos, Nigeria, you know what I mean when I say Agege bread. This is the original Agege bread. In fact, you can just eat it like this. But I remember back in the days, we used akara to eat it. Hey, very soft and drawy, kind of chewy. Yeah, there's this texture that it has that makes it stand out from any other bread. If it's not Agege bread, it cannot be any other bread. And I remember also back in the days, Malam will, divide it into 2 in the center and fry this yummy egg and put in the middle, and da. Who can relate? Please put it in the comment section. Okay, so that's my bread. You can hear the sound, okay? The smell, see the texture, see, ga. Who they checker? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, this is homemade bread, homemade Agege bread, very yummy. And yeah, so what I was telling you guys, and I use this bread with butter and bread while as it hot, just put your butter on it. It will just be melting as you're spreading it, is melting with that fresh smell. I see now, get. This was everything. This, like, no serere in this one. Yummy. Just bread and butter. When you hear bread and butter, this is bread and butter.